All right, I know we recently set our clocks back, and that certainly screwed up everything. Certainly for me, and I'm guessing for you. I'm tired of snow. It's cold. I don't like it. I really think it just messes with your mental health. If you're anything like me, you're feeling the same way. So we're going to talk about that today. So if you want to know more, just stay tuned. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Scan FYI. My guest this morning is Mary Previte. She is from Integrated Care Concepts and Consulting. And Mary, thank you for being with me today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I feel like I'm starting off on a bad mood. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just tired of the whole situation, and we're going to talk about that. But before we do, would you kindly just introduce yourself and tell everyone about what is your role at Integrated Care Concepts?
I'm a licensed professional counselor at Integrated Care Concepts. I see clients every day. I am also a registered yoga teacher because I use mind body in my sessions with my clients to help them to learn how to regulate. And I am also an ecotherapist. That means that my clients and I meet outside and we use the beauty of nature to just um, support the whole integration.
Well, the beauty of nature.
Mhm.
Lately, lately not so beautiful. So let's get into this. As I said in my little intro there, I just think that this is a swing season. It's winter going into spring. We're seeing the remnants of two big snowstorms. We're not ready to really go outside yet. I feel very housebound. I'm
Yes,
tired of it. And I
yeah.
think it does wreak havoc on your mental health.
Oh, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. Being in the house is not natural for us. We're we're out. Nature is we're part of nature, so it's very much uh, it, it causes depression. It causes people to feel uncomfortable. And it's a struggle over the winter months. And this winter was quite a struggle.
It was. And you know what? Maybe we forgot how bad it could be because we haven't experienced this in a while.
Yeah, in quite a
And to
while.
see like 2 feet of snow at the Jersey Shore was upsetting. And it took a very long time for it to go away.
And many of us can't get out of the house to really clear snow like that. That's a
Yeah.
massive amount of snow. It's dangerous physically. So I think it really made many of us feel even more locked in.
So, what can we do to make ourselves feel a little bit better? I mean, warm weather is coming. It's going to get here. But
Mhm.
in the meanwhile, what are some coping mechanisms for all of us?
Well, as a mind body practitioner and an ecotherapist, I am going to work from those spaces. So um, I would suggest getting as close to a window where there's some sort of sun and just give yourself time to sit and and absorb what you're looking at. Um, I'm a big bird enthusiast. I suggest bird feeders outside your windows all the time to my clients. It's really a beautiful way to help us regulate, is looking at these beautiful creatures and just listening to them. Um, I- Really getting out, even if it's a little cold and a little dreary, try to bundle up and get outside.
So, take that walk even though you have to be bundled up head to toe.
Well, I wouldn't suggest going out if it's 30 degrees, but yes, as soon as you can find a space where you would feel comfort outside. Bundled, being bundled up isn't necessarily a negative thing unless we tell ourselves it is, right? So, anytime you can get natural sunlight, it's going to really help us to our energy levels. It's going to help us to be able to adjust to our sleep schedules. It's just a really good space. I mean, especially now, we just had daylight savings time and everything threw everything off. A wonderful way, and I know we're all very busy, make 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the morning just for yourself and go sit by an early in the morning by a window and let that early morning light just absorb into your body. Breathe. Breathing is something we do every day, but we don't realize how absolutely what a wonderful tool it is to help us regulate our nervous system. So really some really deep breaths and then exhale with a sigh. And when you do that, you can feel your body start to soften a little. But we call that the physiological sigh, and it automatically resets your nervous system. 3 or 4 real deep breaths with sighs, just closing our eyes and taking in the breath, the inhale and the exhale, will regulate your nervous system automatically.
So it sounds like it's important. Listening to you, I'm getting that it's very important to open your curtains, open your blinds, let the sunshine in, get some of that natural light while it's, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Um, we are creatures of nature. Excuse me, we live in cement buildings closed off from her. So when we can really absorb some of that sunlight and really watch nature from a window, it's just as beneficial as taking a walk.
All right. Well, I always, people who have dogs, of course, they've got to get out. And in some ways, I think, that's a good thing because it's forcing you to, even when it was blizzarding and whatnot, all my neighbors with dogs, they were out there, they were walking. So you have to be, when you have an animal, you have to be out there in nature. You're forced into it. Not a bad thing, though.
Not a bad thing at all. And pets are just naturally relaxing for our nervous system as well. Well, most of them.
Yeah, really, really. Talk a little bit about what is the word? An ecotherapist?
An ecotherapist.
Ecotherapist. Explain a little bit more about that. I've not heard that word before. I'm guessing to our listeners out there, you're not familiar with the term, but I'm very intrigued by it.
So ecotherapy is done outside. I meet my clients at one of the local parks and we walk the trails. Of course, confidence can't be guaranteed out there, but we always make sure we have those conversations. Um, and as we walk the trails, there's different spaces in nature that can be used to help people recognize what their bodies can give them. I don't know if you've ever heard of Tara Brach. She's a
No.
Buddhist philosopher and psychotherapist, and she she speaks to how when we get out in nature, our bodies just regulate because we recognize we're where we're supposed to be. Being in these lovely spaces that keep us warm and safe are
Right.
wonderful, but nature is so important to us as human beings. Um, Ecotherapy can be done anywhere. I do it in a park because here in Tom's River, it's very local. But the beach is a beautiful place to do ecotherapy as well. And we can do it for ourselves. Go down and sit in front of the ocean and just use those deep breaths and listen to the waves and try to connect a little bit with what it is. And it's really kind of an amazing how our body um, just recognizes it as natural.
We're very fortunate because we live on the coast and we have access to an ocean, which obviously many people in the United States don't. And so I realize that when you go there, just sitting on the boardwalk, for example, and just looking at the ocean, hearing the waves, smelling the water, the salt. It's mentally very healing. It
It's
absolutely is.
it's very healing, very healing. I do a beach meditation many times with my clients, if they choose that. And we kind of sit and do a guided meditation where they're sitting on the beach and they get lost in their senses, and it helps the body relax again. It helps the body, even though we're not at the beach, to take those healing spaces and absorb them.
So, what are some things that maybe we can all do for ourselves? You know, we're in the house or even in the office, taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes to give us a little perk to feel better.
I will always say go to breath first.
Okay, yes, yes.
That's if you can get out for 10 minutes, just go outside for 10 minutes. Um, any kind of sunlight. I know we didn't have that for a very long time, but just even if you think there isn't sun because there's clouds, she's there, right? Um, uh, and move. Move is a big one. Moving and just even if we do something as simple, especially if you're stressed, as a forward fold. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's just bending over and letting go. So you would stand up straight and just bend
Okay.
over towards your toes. You don't have to touch them, but towards your toes and breathe and exhale as you bend over and let it all go. Let the stress go off your body. That's a really, that's a really powerful one.
And for people who are sort of desk bound during the day and maybe don't have the option to, get out and take a walk, what can you do just to, again, to kind of something good for yourself so you're not sitting all day long?
So again, the forward fold is a good one. Stand up and just do it.
Okay.
And if you're in an office and you feel embarrassed by that, then there's some chair yoga things that you can do. Simple twists like this, one way, breathing, and then on the exhale, come over, and then inhale and go to the other side. And take a couple good breaths, and on the exhale, come over, and you'll feel your body stretch. Your body will just naturally start to loosen a little bit. That's a really good one. Neck stretches,
Mm-hmm.
never going past where it's not comfortable. Um, Legs, you might be able to just do the forward fold sitting in your chair, but just bend over it and just go down and feel your back relax. But be mindful that if you have anything like sciatica or anything like that, you want to make sure that you modify it and you don't go any further than you absolutely can.
Something that I've done is I have some guided imagery scripts. They're short, maybe just a few paragraphs,
Mhm.
and like walking in a forest, walking on a beach. And even though, of course, I'm in my office or wherever I might be, I read them to
Oh,
myself. And
lovely.
you need that good imagination. In my mind's eye, I put myself into a happier place. And I find, for me, that has been very helpful.
That's wonderful. Guided imagery can be very useful as we go through our days, especially if we're kind of here at our desks all day or sitting in a chair all day. If you can give yourself 3 minutes for nice guided imagery, I have quite a few of them that are very, very short. There's maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, but they take you to places or they give you imaginary spaces where you can come back. When,
Right, right. You put yourself somewhere else and it feels good. And
Mhm.
then, of course, you come back, hopefully, a bit more refreshed.
Usually your body will take it with it. And sometimes our brains don't connect to it, but our bodies will. So
Yeah.
guided imagery is wonderful.
So I know in the interest of time, I want to make sure that everyone knows that all of Mary's contact information will be in the show notes. So if you want to get in touch with her, but I think I'm going to tell you my biggest takeaway from speaking to you is open your curtains, open your blinds. Let this there's a song, right? Let the
Let the
sunshine in.
sunshine in.
I think there's a lot of truth to that. If anyone has ever gone to visit someone and all the drapes are closed, all the and of course they have the lights on, but there's no natural light. It's just, to me it doesn't feel right. I need the natural light.
That's your body speaking to the earth. That's your body taking in nature, which is
Yeah.
so important.
Yeah. Well, Mary, thank you so much for being with me today and sharing some wisdom on this. I appreciate.
My pleasure completely. I hope it'll be a help for some people. And if they'd like to reach out, I hope that they will.
Absolutely. Mary's information will be in all the show notes. All right. So, to all my listeners out there, remember, if it's important to you, it's important to me. I'm Andrea Tarr. We'll see you next time on Scan FYI. Bye, everyone. And bye, Mary.
Goodbye, everyone.